While I was being flared and burnt by those rogue wolves, my husband was enjoying dinner with his mistress on my 25th birthday. A night that was supposed to be so special ended in me becoming barbecue. I tried calling for him through every means possible while I was being chased. Phone calls, text messages, God, I even tried telepathy so he could sense how desperate my voice was. But the only response I got was through the mind link. Quit being dramatic, I am spending the night out. I was disappointed but quickly comforted myself with the fact that his ego would have been a very valid reason why the rogues would end us faster in a more deadly way. Some days passed the dreadful night after my darling husband abandoned me. There he was, the most powerful alpha in the West Zone pack, and analyzing the scene from the rogue attack that had all the pack soldiers talking. He was showing, not just telling the pack soldiers how the victims struggled and fought for their life before they brutally ended her. Unknown to my dear husband, he was dissecting the news of his own Luna to the pack, the same wife he neglected and left alone to die. So there I was, kept like remnants of some overcooked pork, just hanging in the back of the trash. An old lady, walking her dog, then stumbled upon the scene. The furry pet chewed on parts of my body. The old lady assumed it was some discarded meat, until a large bone popped out that looked nothing like pork. Very soon more bodies were discovered all over the pack. It was like a nightmare come to life. The pack soldiers were everywhere trying to solve a mass murder case. Alpha Sloan Main, my dear husband, was called in. As the alpha, he had to be in the murder site to observe the effect of the attack. Even he was surprised by the level of brutality in which the victims were murdered. His face went pale as he stared hard. He struggled to keep his facial expression neutral, but I knew he was shocked. We were skinned and burned beyond recognition. The pack beta, who is also head of the pack soldiers, Colin Derrick, and the entire pack council, waited impatiently for the pack soldiers to break down the details of the murder. Seems like someone was interested in getting the blood of wolves. And from those marks on the wall, the victims were killed in their wolf form. Colin's hands went to the nape of his neck. According to the soldiers, one of our victims, a young woman in her late 20s who was a white wolf. Her fur was scattered all around. Rogues' attacks involving murders like this are often tagged as revenge. He must have pissed off some dangerous wolves. Sloan placed his hand on his temple and his eyes brightened up. This doesn't seem like a random hit. Looks like someone has a grudge, and they're not going to stop anytime soon. These rogue attacks are becoming more like a way of settling scores between packs. And he was right. My husband's instincts were sharper than the tooth of a wolf. I couldn't wait to see his facial expression when he finally put all the pieces together. They found a necklace at the crime scene. A prime evidence in identifying the victim. Sloan picked it up nonchalantly. Collins went silent, his eyes narrowed, waiting for what the alpha would say. This necklace looks familiar. It's almost like yours, one of the soldiers said. SLA-1 bought both necklaces on our wedding night. He gave me one and the other never left his neck. Sloan took the necklace and observed it wear a little while. It was no more glowing. It's probably just the same style. The style was pretty common back then. But that was a lie. As if considering the possibility, his eyes lingered on the scene entrance for a long while. He immediately mind-linked me, but my silence just suggested to him that I was trying to avoid him. A payback for how he treated me some nights back. Always acting all high and mighty after throwing stupid tantrums every day. Now, she isn't responding to me. Whatever. It's not her. He muttered with certainty in his tone. The necklace had orbs inside that glowed, but the orb had broken when I was dragged away, spilling all the contents inside away. But considering how smart and knowledgeable he was, he should have figured out that orbs were gone. It only took one slam against the wall and the orb would fall out.